following is a presentation of TFNN. Trade what you see with Larry Pesavento. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Larry Pesavento.
Looking good, Lewis. Feeling good, Billy Ray. Hi, I'm Larry Pesavento. I've got my John Logan Halloween mask on right now. I'm just joking. I'm John Logan filling in for Larry Pesavento. Hope you guys are doing well. Al, do we still have Joey on the line? Not yet? Okay, cool. We're possibly going to have Joey from Hong Kong back on with us, Joey Zhang. Very good friend of mine. Yes, if we can call him back, that'd be awesome. We want to continue this conversation, guys. If you've never seen my show, we're going to continue this conversation, getting a little deep today in the scanner and how to use this thing to really ring the register. And had a couple of good questions a while ago from a gentleman, Dave from Clearwater. But we've got and we're going to get back into that. But I think we've got a caller, Charlie from Massachusetts, on right now. Charlie, you there?
Yes, John. Thank you. Hey, listen, I'm a little disappointed.
Okay.
In not wearing any green. Logan, that would seem to be a little bit Irish, or is that English?
Yeah, you know what? That's well deserved. I should be wearing green today. Yes, I did the 23andMe DNA thing, and yes, there's some Irish in me. So yes, you're right.
Well, at break time, go get that green tie.
I will.
All right, my man. Okay, UGAZ, if you would, give me your thoughts on that. I'm in it. It looks like it's going to pop today.
Okay, let's take a look at it. All right, so pre-market, looks like we're trading 25 right now. And, you know, the cool thing is I'm looking at the long-term. Wow. Okay. My goodness. Okay, the velocity series 3 times. Okay, so this is our weekly. Let's just pull this up here so we can see it. 3 times natural gas. Okay. All right, so let's see, 2070. The good news is you've got a long-term support area at 2070. That's the first thing I want to say. And you've got some near-term targets at 2860. The cool thing is, looking at this, you finally got your head kind of poked back above the daily unfair highs, or daily unfair lows, 2093. You know, fundamentally, I'm not a huge fan of buying natural gas, but I like the way this is set up. If you can trade this a little lightly, I think you've got a decent risk reward. But I mean, how much normal, if you don't mind me asking, how much normal play do you give this thing on a stop basis in your normal trading of this? Like,
I don't set a formal stop, but I'm not going to be able to answer that question because I just got in it.
Okay.
And that's a hard question, frankly.
No. Okay. Well, let me.
I think it's going high.
Yeah. Let me answer. Maybe let me throw my 2 cents in. The way I'm looking at it is, you know, we've obviously gotten our head bashed in with this thing on the downside as far as, you know, anybody who's tried to, you know, stay long this thing. And now you've got a new opportunity here on a weekly profile with the ability to orient stops below this 2070 based on your appetite for risk. Initially, again, not to get too greedy with this, you've got 2860. That's the near-term target. And that would be what I would be looking at. I mean, we've obviously had a little bounce here. We had our new profile attempt to appear with the green there, and now we've got the new profile, and then we've got a new floor on this. So can it go much higher than 2860? Yes. If it gets, you know, going back above 2861 and we reach that 2860, I'd look to take off half of it and just kind of keep the other half on and see what happens. If you feel, fundamentally long this thing.
Yeah, and I'm looking at like a 30-minute chart, and I'm thinking, maybe I'm just doing that just for the kicks of it, but it looks like maybe 22.69 or something like that would probably be my stop.
Well, I'm looking at the 240s now, and I'm going to pull up. I can't pull up the scanner. I don't think this is in the scanner. I'm looking at the 240 chart now. I didn't realize you were trading this on a little bit more shorter term time frame, but I think you're in the right wheelhouse with that stop, because the bottom of our profiles are at 2201 on the 240s, and you're obviously kind of hanging around, and you've already almost explored this whole profile before, which is nice. It does look a lot more longish when the long term and the short term is kind of looked at together here. And these 240s a lot of times will regulate that. This is kind of going back to a question Dave had on the last segment. We've got an opportunity here for a trading bounce. There's no question about it. The 240s are kind of going to be able to regulate that trade up and be able to kind of have a volatility adjusted stop in place. And that volatility adjusted stop is below 2201. We had a little bit wider profile last profile. I don't know if you can see this, around 20 and some change, but now that stop's been moved up to 2201. And giving it a little bit of room below 2201 might not be a bad idea.
So your system basically gives recommended stops?
Well, it allows you to use, okay, so what the process usually that I use it with and for is, I'll find longer term to intermediate term opportunities with the scanner. I'm looking at a lot of different things. I don't try to focus on one instrument. So when I find those opportunities and I say, you know what, I'm gonna dive into this opportunity. I put it in my portfolio screen. I've got it to look at. I'm monitoring it. I'll use those lower term time frames to kind of regulate that trade one way or the other. So if I'm wanting to be long this UGAZ, and it would have been on the radar screen, and I'm going to go back to, let me see if it's in the scanner actually. Hold on. UGAZ. No, it's not in the scanner. We can put those, by the way, we can put these type of symbols in the scanner if you email us. So if you've got a subscription to the scanner, we will definitely look at these symbols on a case-by-case basis. We'll put them in a others area, and you'll see them in the scanner, by the way. I'll show you this really quick. You'll see them in the others section. There's a, see that other right there? I don't know if you can see my screen. You can kind of, understand that a lot of different custom symbols will be in that section, but that's for scanner subscribers. But what a lot of times what will happen, and I've got about 15 seconds before the break, is find the opportunities. I look at them on a long and intermediate term basis, and then I kind of fold over to the 240s or 60s to kind of allow me to have a stop-oriented situation based on a color scheme. And I'll walk through that more so after the break, Charlie. If you want to stay on, that's fine. If you don't, I'll just keep talking about it.
Yeah, I'm going to sign off. Thanks, though.
Okay, man.
Appreciate your help.
Thanks, Charlie.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile based scanner in the industry, powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Larry takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Hi guys, welcome back to the show. I'm not Larry Pesavento. That's sad. I'm John Logan filling in for Larry. Joey, are you there?
Yeah. Hey, John.
Hey, man. Hey, Joey Jong from Hong Kong is on with us today. Okay, so let's talk about let's try to continue talking about how we use the scanner. We had a really good caller right then, Charlie from Massachusetts, and he was saying, how do I trade UGAZ? It was a natural gas triple leverage ETF type scenario, and it looked relatively longish, had shown some strength, and we were talking about using the 240s to kind of regulate that longer term kind of setup. And what I'm doing right now, Joey, and for you guys out there watching the screen, is what I did is I pulled up the S&P 500. This is kind of case in point. So here's my S&P 500 stocks, and this is just kind of one way to look at this. So I'm going to choose a weekly above, and then if I want to choose 240 below, this is kind of, and if I want to choose the daily, I can kind of choose ultra strong stocks that are turning south, that are kind of starting to show some stop out situations based on this time frame getting below these profiles. So right now, J.M. Smucker Company is kind of one of those candidates. Starwood Hotels. I can also look at what's trading within weekly profiles and within daily profiles that have arrows up here. Airgas. Looking at Dr. Pepper. This is kind of an interesting situation for a turnaround here. Let me look at this one. Yeah, starting to print below here this morning. Stocks that are in an uptrend. I mean, see this weekly long kind of uptrend, but starting to break down on the regulation of the trade. This is kind of what I use to orient the stops, and we can do a lot more custom sorts with this. But that's, you know, and in essence, really, if I want to see things that are possibly in downtrend reversals, excuse me, let's look at uptrend reversals here, because we've been in a market that's been going straight up. So, you know, I want to look at stocks that have kind of been trending up, so to speak, but then starting to pull back. So let's just look at ZTS. Let's take a look at this one. So we're starting to break down again here on the daily, just putting it on the radar screen. Hadn't really been in a big time uptrend, but had bounced recently off this unfair low around 39.29, and starting to show some reversals on the next time frame down. Joey?
Yeah.
Hey, what I want to do now, what we do every morning, folks, on my shows, we kind of try to get the tide of the marketplace in a lot of different instruments across the globe. And then we try to use, you know, what's the tide of the marketplace, putting all these things together to try to figure out how to even drill down farther into some stock plays. And a lot of times we don't get into those stock plays because we're still trying to put the piece of the puzzle together globally. But, you know, Joey, how do you use the scanner? Because,
Yeah, well, I'll tell you my favorite way of using the scanner is
Okay.
you have a function in there to load your own portfolio in there.
Right.
And, you know, I've loaded my portfolio in there, and, you know, and I look at a macro. I'm more of a macro trader, so I look at, you know, I put the major currency pairs in there. I put the, you know, gold, silver, copper, and oil. And
Right.
then I put some of the top ETFs, and then I put the global indices and futures in there. So, and then a few of the top, like blue chip U.S. stocks that I like to take a look at. Most of them are in the NASDAQ. So, you know, Facebook, Netflix, stuff like that.
Right.
And so with one glance, I actually get to see, you know, where all these things are, and I get to see, I get to sort which ones are breaking out on the daily. I normally kind of go top down, looking at the weekly and then the daily, and then once I kind of look at the weekly, daily, I pick out some trades, and then I go into the 240 and 60 minutes to look at where I want to actually implement those trades. And on the positions that I have, if they're starting to break down, or you know, and I'm starting to see some losses, then I want to go into the 60-minute and the 240-minute to determine my stop loss levels. So so that's kind of the scenario that I look at, and it's much easier to do with the scanner than trying to do it one stock at a time.
Right.
On the so with the scanner, you can really just say, okay, you know, let's see which ones in the portfolio are breaking out today, and which ones are breaking down, and then this way it really focuses you on those first, and then, you know, and then you can get to the others later. But those are the ones that is gonna, you know, cost you money, or those are the ones that are really actionable to make money right now.
Right.
And so at least it focuses your time efficiently,
Right.
especially if you're, you know, running you know, a big portfolio, looking at a bunch of macro things. It can get pretty messy unless you have the scanner and you know, picking things out.
That's a great explanation. It's much better than I could do. One of the things that, you know, the reason this scanner kind of came about, guys, was because a lot of people, you know, in the Bloomberg world, that, you know, we've got this in the Bloomberg app environment. You know, the biggest complaint, and the reason it was born really, was because of what Joey said, which is, you know, God, man, I love these profiles. I like the information. I like all the other indicators, but just can I monitor my entire portfolio in this sense, instead of having to drag each stock over to the chart? and just do a personal analysis of the thing, and then miss trades. And so Joey really kind of hit the nail on the head there. It just kind of allows you to see. And so one of the things I think Russ asked before was, when are we going to have alerts in here? That's actually being worked on right now. So not only, and I've got a custom portfolio I just built for you guys, just right in front of you. You know, putting the instruments in, keeping in mind what Joey said, being able to kind of understand when a new color hits on a lower term time frame to kind of regulate that trade and kind of say, look, you know what, wow, this thing may be breaking down. Coca-Cola, CCE, I just put this in at random. But you'll get that number one in the red if you're long on situations like that. So you can say, you know what, we're starting to hit my stop area. I got to take a look at this. I love it. One of the things I was looking at before, Joey, was just doing, you know, some custom sorts. Oh, I hear the music. We're going to be right back, guys. And Joey, can you hang out with us?
Music, man.
We'll be right back,
I
guys.
like it.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters. In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the show. I'm John Logan, filling in for Larry Pesavento today. We have Joey Jung from Hong Kong, I think, still with us. Joey, you still there? If he's not, we'll carry on. Okay, so I guess he's not there. So again, we're trying to focus on some of the questions about the scanner. I mean, a lot of times, we've got these. You can see, for instance, if we go downtrend reversals here, you can see what's going on in stock. So you can see a little definition there of kind of what that custom sort is comprised of, as far as the logic. Downtrend reversals, these are stocks that were kind of in a downtrend that are reversing up. It's a very simple sort, but just put some things on your radar screen. In fact, this is a type of sort I would not really want to use right now, because if stocks haven't kind of lifted with the latest version of the S&Ps going up in the last couple of weeks, I don't want to see things that are just attempting to reverse now, and that we're in a downtrend that are reversing. So again, this is a sort I'd stay away from. What Joey and I were talking about earlier is, we want to find out what the tide of the marketplace is, put all these pieces of the puzzle together, talk about currencies, the dollar, the bonds, the S&Ps, and all that kind of jazz. And then we want to be able to use that, what's the tide of the marketplace possibly going to be, to go into the scanner even more so, even though you can get the currencies, the futures, quite a few ETFs and the internals, try to find opportunities with the instruments, the underlying instruments, relative to what has happened recently and what might be happening moving forward. So okay, so I think we have Joey back. Is that true?
Yeah, I'm back.
Okay, great. So again, if you were listening, Joey, you and I, it seems like a constant discussion. And even when I talk to Tom, we're just trying to find out, put all the pieces together, and what's going to ultimately kind of boil this down into which way the S&P is going to head. And the reason we do that, folks, is because that allows us to kind of look at, even drill down even farther into the internals of the S&P or any other indices out there, the Bovespa, the whatever, the Nifty 50, and try to find, what's the best of the best, the worst of the worst, or where are the opportunities within. I think we lost our chart. Sorry about that. What are the opportunities within those, broad baskets of stocks? And that's why we go through this tug of war mentally all the time, talking about all these instruments. So Joey has said earlier, we're looking, not as explosive in the S&Ps, and I feel the same way. I think a trading range at best is what's going to happen. And Joey, I think you're on board with that too.
Yeah, it's feeling pretty tired here.
Yeah.
And the good news is out of the way. The good news is the Fed coming out dovish. They did come out dovish.
Yeah.
So the good news is out of the way. The commodities can go a bit further, just because they've been in such a huge downtrend for so long that that the bounce can last a bit longer, and we've broken a lot of very long-term downtrend, and we've now broken above that resistance now. So, on the commodity side, we've seen these commodities act very, very well, better than they've acted in several years.
Right.
And so every time it's pulled back, we've seen a nice, strong, push back up again. Just look at gold yesterday, traded all the way down, 30 points below here to 1220 something, and now it's back at 12. It got up to 1270.
Right.
And same with oil. Every time it trades down a few percent, it bounces back very quickly. You have silver actually participating now, and even copper. The old copper is finally rearing its head back up again.
Silver in the last 60 minutes just ran up huge.
Yeah, silver just ran up about 2% in the last 60 minutes.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, so I think part of that is the industrial metals, silver being part industrial, part precious, and then also looking at copper, and then platinum could we could look at platinum again, because platinum's actually been trading under gold, right? So
Right.
because the world economy has been so poor. But I think maybe you start to look at a platinum again, which is still trading at 990 versus 1266 on gold.
Right.
For a risk reward trade, I'd be looking at platinum rather than probably better than silver or copper right now.
Right. So what I was noticing here as we were talking about, Joey was saying, a lot of these commodities have, without question, the dollar caving in has also helped this process. I'm looking at our scanner. I'm looking at the futures section. It's a sea of green, and the only reds really. Well, we got to throw milk out. I don't know about that one. Milk futures, one of the more widely traded instruments on the planet. We got to throw out the dollar index. We've got to throw out the volatility index because that's obviously been getting hit. The rest of these things, it's just a sea of green. There's the volatility index right there, the reds. So again, it's kind of proven that we're getting above these profiles, or at least having, within the balanced areas, arrows up, and being able to kind of regulate that trade with the lower term time frames as we just spoke of, and being able to find those inflection points. One of the questions earlier was, with this yellow peel back happening on gold on the daily, and we're at the top of the weekly, that I don't think you should be full bore gold right now because of that alone. That's kind of a target rich situation.
No.
Go ahead.
Which level are you talking about, John?
I'm looking at the daily. We got in the scanner, we've got a yellow peel back happening, which means a new profile's trying to appear, not appeared yet.
Right.
And I understand, gold's moving up and silver's moving up, but here's the 1 hour and the 4 hour on gold. I'm looking at it right now. There's the daily. We're obviously trading above profiles, but we're still kind of within a noise area of that unfair high on the weekly. And that daily yellow peel back is another little sign, like probably shouldn't be full bore gold here right now. The trend is still up, but we're reaching some resistance here in gold right now. As we were talking about earlier, when Joey and I were just starting to, why do we talk about all these things and putting the pieces together, and our commodities going to rise, and what's the tide of the broad marketplace? We try to use that tide to go into the scanner and then be able to do some custom sorts here. So, as you look across this thing, just looking at the S&P alone, obviously there's 500 stocks here, but what's going to be able to be the ripe opportunities relative to, we've talked about the market possibly moving sideways at best. We got another break, Joey. Can you hang on?
All right. Yep.
Cool. All right.
If you're looking to discover a new financial resource and diversify your financial portfolio, consider the new Market Safe Commodity Solution CD from Everbank. This 5-year U.S. dollar-denominated CD gives you exposure to 8 equally weighted commodities, including WTI crude oil, gold, silver, copper, nickel, soybeans, corn, and sugar, in one powerful CD. With annual pricing caps of 70% per component, you could earn up to 70% upside payment at maturity if the commodities increase in value across annual pricing dates. And should the opposite occur, your principal is 100% protected. Keep in mind, returns are based on CD performance. There is no annual percentage yield or periodic rate of interest on this indexed CD. Don't miss out. Take advantage of this financial resource designed to grow with the times. The April 14th funding deadline is quickly approaching, so hurry over to everbank.com/TFNN for the CD's term sheet and other important product details and disclosures. Once again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. This advertisement is sponsored content. Everbank is a member FDIC. It's 2016, and TFNN has a brand new programming lineup to kick things off. Starting January 4th, swim lessons by Thinkorswim and TD Ameritrade will be airing 5 days a week at noon Eastern Time. Join hosts Scott Connor, Kevin Hinks, and Cindy Faber as they host their daily options program live at noon 5 days a week with no commercials for the entire hour. Nico DeHaan and Paige Clark will be moving their program, Living a Primal Lifestyle, to twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays from 7 a.m. until 8 a.m. Eastern Time. Wake up with Nico and Paige and start your day off right. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour by Nadex will now be live Mondays and Fridays at 10 a.m. Start and end the week with the three hosts, Tom O'Brien, Tommy O'Brien, and Daryl Martin, as they break down the world of trading binary options and spreads. For all the details on the new 2016 programming lineup, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors. Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Catch the Money Masters as they teach you the art of mastering money when it comes to trading and investing. Next on TFNN.
Hi guys, welcome back to the show. I'm John Logan filling in for Larry Pesaventa today, and we've got Joey John from Hong Kong with us. And Joey, what I was kind of finally getting to here was, when we have a market that's run up like this, and we've been kind of talking about, where do we think the market's headed in general based on putting all these pieces of the puzzle together. Maybe we're sideways at best, and a lot of these stocks that have run up pretty good, maybe in range-bound mode, or some of the stocks that didn't participate, maybe being sold now altogether because they just showed their self early. So one of the things the scanner does for me is it's kind of allows me to put these things on the radar screen. Here's some of the stocks in the S&Ps. We've looked at the healthcare sector earlier. There's that Alexion Pharmaceuticals. That stock's open now, and let's just go to this. We were talking about this on past day or two. Alexion, this is kind of, can I get this to pop up? Here we go. So a little bit of proof in the pudding here. Let me get my chart back up. So Alexion Pharmaceuticals, the reason this was on the radar screen is because we had started in the scanner that weekly breakdown. This was on the breakdowns list. And then here's the daily, broke down on the weekly, went back and retested that daily weekly DMZ already, and now we're just kind of starting to trail off again. So if the market moves sideways at best, Joey, or even downturns, these are the type of things you really need to have on your radar screen. You kind of told us how you use the scanner and how you create a custom portfolio to monitor things, but it also can give you some really good new ideas to pay attention to.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you can sort through the different ETFs and indices, especially if you're looking at, weak ETFs. You can pick out the weakest stocks in those ETFs to short, and that just gives you a bit more juice. Right.
I tell you what, I just did a sort, trading above profiles on the weekly, but starting to get some damage here on the daily and the 240 at the same time. I mean, guess what's popping up? Another XLV stock, Humana. All right. So again, I don't go to the chart. I'm just going to show everybody this is the weekly situation. Obviously been in a big uptrend, not participated the past couple of weeks. I'm showing this chart here. Still sitting above profiles here, but I'm sorry, that's the daily. Here's the weekly. I was losing my mind. 4 weeks above, starting to show some hints of a breakdown here on the daily. Here's that hints of a breakdown on the daily. This is our daily chart. And this is something, you could look at this as, wow, we pulled back to support. But considering that we feel like the tide of the marketplace may be sideways at best, this is one that, again, not participating lately, could really have a breakdown here finally. And here's the 240s having that breakdown here this morning, getting below there. Look at, type of stock might want to put on your radar screen.
Yeah, I mean, a few of the biotechs and healthcare continue to break down. That's the biotech is down over 1% today, and then healthcare is down just about 1%. The small caps are also down about 0.5% or so. So a lot of these stocks are kind of giving us signs that this market is a bit tired.
Right. Maybe a little disconnect here. Here's the XLV. Here's the ETF in general. Again, we got very near last week, that unfair high on the weekly. That was a decent opportunity to look at a lot of those stocks within the XLF. And a lot of times, we'll go into the ETF section of this and look at the different sectors, like, what's kind of relative to profiles doing well or doing bad. Now the XLV on the dailies definitely breadth negative. The industrials are relatively positive today on a lot of, the longer term time frames. And just kind of be able to drill down into this and then find the opportunities, do some custom sorts, and be able to put some things on your radar screen. Do you think, in general, this dollar caving in is going to scare people, scare the big money manager guys? Like, hey, we got to make some adjustments here. We've got some currency issues now. What do you think, Joey?
I don't think so. I don't.
Okay.
People, don't. The big fund managers don't generally look at the dollar as something that they're terribly concerned about, unless it starts moving, a lot. And I think right now it's still kind of range bound. It's not,
Okay.
It's had a nice move up, and now it's correcting that move up. So I'm not that concerned about the dollar in terms of equities.
Great. And by the way, just to finish up on the scanner and some of the internals, we've got about 15 or 20 videos on the TFNN site, just to kind of give you a heads up on things to be aware of. Not long videos. It's pretty easy to go through them. So as far as the currencies go, Joey, we talked about that a little bit in the first segment. I want to pull that back up. Where do you think this euro goes? Do you think this is, because we obviously kind of closed above and went back and retested that 110 and some change area. I showed this earlier. There was that close above that profile and go back and retest them, but we're getting back up into that 113.52 again and backing off.
Yeah.
Do you think this is it for this, and do you think the dollar is just going to be range bound?
It's hard to say, because this thing it technically is still very strong, and if you look at dollar yen, we have a similar situation there. It's testing the old lows on dollar yen, and it's testing the old highs on euro dollar. So we're really and we got to those levels, and then we reversed intraday on those levels so far.
Right.
So it'll be interesting to see where it closes tomorrow. Basically, how it closes the week really matters. And if we actually close above those levels at the end of tomorrow, then it'll potentially be a breakout of those levels. But at the moment, if you look at the MACD, they could be actually showing that we could be getting a double top on the euro and a double bottom on the dollar yen. So
Right.
let's just see. Right now, I wouldn't go and short the euro or go long the dollar yen just yet, just because technically it's not telling us to, but we are at that level right now.
You know what's wild is there's like a massive hole in the marketplace on the euro back up into this 125 area.
Yeah,
If we do get some kind of like push forward past 114, man, this could get really, really ugly for the dollar.
yeah. I
You
don't
know?
know. I mean, I don't know why. I still think fundamentally the euro dollar should be lower. And,
Yeah, I do too.
But
I do too.
you know, but I guess unfortunately that's that's the herd mentality right now, and everybody's in on that camp. So I
Exactly.
guess that's why it's going the other way.
Exactly. Hey, man, we got another break. Thanks for coming
All
on
right.
today. It's been enjoyable. as
All right,
usual.
no problem.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Hi, guys. Welcome back to the show. Got about 4 minutes left here. Thanks for Joey coming on again. I'm looking at silver. So you guys commenting on it in the den. You know, we talked about this DMZ between 1578, showing it on my screen right now, and 1584 as big time resistance for this. Still can't seem to get going. We had a little bit of a move this morning on the short term, but again, without question, the laggard here. And if you could look at gold, silver as some kind of intermarket arbitrage trade, not arbitrage trade, but kind of strength weakness trade, long gold, short silver, that's been a very decent trade. And again, silver's just been showing itself. Dollar's really helping this thing out right now, caving in. But that technical damage on the dollar. We're going to kind of wait and see how bad that is. But Joey seems to think we're going to turn around here. Euro's at a little bit of short-term resistance right now too, being that former weekly unfair high. So that's the situation here. Looking at a couple of things, we wanted to look at Apple. This is one that obviously kind of climbed past, still hasn't really completely cleared the noise area here, but trading around 105, that 104, 104.29. I want to go back to this and look at it. Now this is the drill on Apple. When it comes to the long term, yeah, I you know, today's Thursday, a Friday close above 104, 104.29 is going to be a big deal for this thing. But right now, again, you know, I mean, we pegged it the other day. We made about 4 points off of it, and then coming back and trying it again. I didn't like the way it was making higher lows and compressing up into this. It was a little bit less conviction on the short side. But now that we've passed all this, you got to kind of wait and see. We've gone a little bit of a move up here. Where do we reach that POC high? 106.31. That POC is 106.64. So now we're kind of backing off. Don't see any signs that yellow peelback's happening. New profiles tempting to appear, but again, I'm hoping and expecting. We got pan drums from the Bahamas. Are we done? Thought we had another 2 minutes. Okay, we're done, guys. Stay tuned for the rest of the hosts on TFNN. It's been a pleasure filling in for Larry today. You guys have a good day.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.